What is going on? Who's in the chat? Better let me pull this up real quick. Never fails. As soon as I start alive, something's got to happen. Never fails. Let's go here. Okay. Give me 1 second. Totally forgot to do some stuff before. Let's get this. Okay, there we go. Okay, boom, there we go. All right. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Get to see what Bill Belichick looks like in college football tonight. Bill Belichick back in the hoodie. I'm curious to see how this looks. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. I totally forgot. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. How was everybody's Labor Day? Let me know. So many commercial breaks. Let's see if we can. All right. TCU's favorite by 3.5. Okay. All right, let's get this game cast set up. Here we go. Opening kickoff. Catches at the goal line and just gets out to about like the 17 and a half. First down run. Got like 9 yards on first down. First and 10. Man, it looks weird seeing Bill Belichick on a college football sideline. Uh-oh. That's a nice tackle by the safety right there. That was about to be an explosive run. Little shoestring tackle. About like 8, 9 yards again. Play action. Deep over route. Ooh, he threw it right down the chute. I used to think the age gap between me and my girl was a lot. Thank you, Bill. Bro, like that whole situation is wild. Like Grimy, you ever see that interview they did when she was pretty much like just bossing him around the whole interview? Hey, but good for him though. Little RPO slant down to the 5. Okay. Grimy, how was your Labor Day, brother? He probably likes his nuts stepped on. Oh my goodness. That's what that looks like for real. That whole interview, that's 100% what it looked like. I mean, when you think about it, it kind of would make sense though. Like what how he treats the players and stuff, and then it's like one extreme to the other. I mean, hey, the truth is stranger than fiction. Touchdown, North Carolina. So thoughts on week one? We don't even have to talk Bama. Week one, like I love the great matchups. Ohio State, to me, that defense looked for real. Matt Patricia had that defense ready to go week one. They were throwing so much at Arch, and that's why he just could never get into a rhythm, get settled. And they just were changing the looks up on him big time, and they would get real exotic. I didn't watch the Michigan game. I know Underwood did his thing, Grimer. I definitely knew that. LSU looked the part. I think Texas by the end of the year is going to be a problem, though. By the end of the year, I think Arch will be there. Because if you go back and look at Peyton's first start, Eli's first start, it looked very similar to the way Arch did. So I don't put too much stock into that. I think Texas is going to be fine. As you can see, they got talent everywhere. Shout out to Ohio State. They definitely answered the call. They played well on defense. What's up, girls? Hope all is well. Be back when I see your next MMA stream. Brother, I will be on tomorrow night for Contender Series. So Pies, make sure you pull up, brother. And even tonight, if you want to talk some MMA, we can definitely talk some MMA, brother. We got a card in 6 days. So Lane, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm more of an NC State fan. Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that, Lane. Justice Haynes put on, you see his stats? Nah, I will though, Grammy. Because I know y'all weren't playing anybody, brother. Y'all got a big one next week though, right? Got Oklahoma next week on the road, I think. Let's see. Big Ten. New Mexico. All right. Box score 34-17. Ooh, 159-16. Man, he almost averaged 10 yards a pop. I know you enjoyed that. 16 carries for 163 tubs. That's not a bad week one. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's had a wonderful Labor Day. And we get back to the regularly scheduled MMA this week. Away at Oklahoma. Bro, that's going to be a tough game, Grimy. How you feeling about that one? It's a tough little place to play, man. Out there, the loveliest palates on the prairie. I think that's what it's called. I think Clemson will be fine. I think Clemson will be there as well. Miami, Notre Dame both look solid. You can tell the inexperience at quarterback for Notre Dame, but they're gonna play good defense, run the ball, not make mistakes. That's gonna be their Notre Dame's recipe. Miami look good for sure. Big test for a young. Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Don't be surprised if they don't have a good game plan for Underwood. He'll look a lot like Arch. Like if y'all aren't running the ball too well, staying ahead of the chains, and you got to get in like 3rd and 7 plus, Underwood could look very similar, Grimy. Very similar. Because they play some really good defense at Oklahoma. And they change up a lot of the looks too. Underwood made a throw on 3rd and 14 that was pro level. Oh, yeah, you definitely gonna see the flashes. You're gonna see all the ability, but you also gonna see the young mistakes as well. So just understand it's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be up and down. And then once he starts to put it together, then it's gonna be for real. I hope he can put it together though. I want him to do well. Formation into the boundary and empty. Yeah, he held onto the ball a couple times. I was screaming for him to throw it away. Yeah, it's part of it, man. Like a young guy like that, like he just gonna have to learn, unfortunately. You would think that you know how much more developed young guys are now coming into college that they would be better about it, but it doesn't get for real until the bullets start flying and you out there. You know what I mean? You got to make a couple bad decisions before it clicks, unfortunately. Is Belichick? Yeah, I was wondering if that was his son, Steve Belichick. That's wild. Why did Beck transfer to Miami? I think Beck transferred to Miami because they were throwing a boatload of cash at him. And then I think his girl might go to Miami, or she used to go to Miami, or she's there. I think that's something that got to do with it as well. But they definitely threw a bunch of cash at him. The ACC is gonna be solid though. Clemson, Miami with Beck, they're gonna be for real. We're gonna see how if Florida State keeps the momentum going and how that looks when somebody can stop the run. Because I know somebody couldn't this past Saturday. Okay, couldn't understand, but now makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, money talks, brother. Money talks. And then the lady, I'm pretty sure it's his girl or something like that. She either goes to Miami or she was at Miami, one of the two. I hate Dabo. I'm not gonna say I hate Dabo, but I'm not a fan either. And he won a national championship at Bama. So like I respect what he's done, but Dabo doesn't do it for me. FSU can't keep it going. We're gonna see, Lane. I know, you definitely don't want him to keep it going. But if Castellanos can stay healthy, like Gus Malzahn's offense is just a problem when he has a dynamic runner at quarterback. Whenever he had those at Auburn, they were a problem. Cam Newton, they were won a national championship. He was the offensive coordinator. Nick Marshall, when he was the quarterback there, like they went to the national championship game when Gus Malzahn was the head coach. When Malzahn has a dynamic runner at quarterback, that offense is a problem. Okay, hate is a strong word, but I don't like him at all. No, I get it. I 100% get it. But yeah, Saturday, man, that afternoon game, it was painful. Just painful. Just to see us get dominated up front like that. Like I understand you lose games, but man, when you get just beat up front, it's tough. And then lack of effort on defense. But hopefully it's a wake up call though. Hopefully. Yeah, Malzahn's the offense coordinator at FSU now. Yeah. Because the FSU coach, man, he cleaned house after their year last year. And then Gus Malzahn he was the head coach at Central Florida and then went to FSU as offense coordinator. And then the quarterback transferred in from Boston College. He actually beat Florida State last year when he was at Boston College, the quarterback. On the road, too, down there in Tallahassee. I remember that. Lane, let me pull this Florida schedule up. Let me pull that Florida schedule up. Let's see. Ooh, South Florida. Hey, that's gonna be a tougher game than probably what people realize. Isn't the transfer portal and NIL insane? Yes. Like I think the transfer portal is a like I like the players having the ability to go to school to move and not have to sit out. Cause I remember when that used to be a thing. But man, just constantly getting in, getting out. I like how they have like the windows. But the NIL, man, like, hey, NIL has truly changed the game. Because before NIL, like, I think you would probably agree, Grammy, that like the SEC was just running shop before NIL. And now NIL is kind of like level the playing field, spread so much of the talent around. And like now the Big Ten schools, like they can get guys that they probably couldn't get a decade ago. And then like guys just like you can turn over a roster in 1 year in college football now. And at the same time, like you can change everything in a year and stuff can get dramatically worse as well. It's a totally different ball game now. Totally different. Freddie Kitchens is the offensive coordinator at UNC. Alabama boy. Sack. Yeah, Grimy. You are not wrong at all. And now, man, you got Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State is really good this year. Oregon's probably going to be good every year. And then wait until USC gets good again. If USC can figure it out, it's only going to make the conference that much better. Yeah, the New Mexico team Michigan played had 75 new players because their head coach came to Idaho, apparently. Lane, Bama got dominated up front. Dominated up front. Like FSU won the line of scrimmage all game. All game. I think they rushed for like 250 some yards. Just won the line of scrimmage. And everything else after that was kind of just an afterthought. Quarterback didn't play too bad, but offensive line played terrible. Defensive line didn't do much. The defense, you just didn't see people flying around. Like all the misdirection from Auburn, just it creates slow minds equals slow feet on defense. If you don't know where you need to be, you don't know what your keys are, it slows your feet down on defense. USC will not be good as long as Lincoln Riley is still there. He never addresses defense. Combat sports, that's not a bad point. But I think right now USC's defense is better than their offense right now. Like this season, like the DC he brought in last year from the NFL, their defense got so much better. Still not great. It still wasn't great, but it was substantially better than the year before. And I couldn't even tell you what they have on offense this year. Like to me, I think the issue at USC, they just don't recruit like they need to. Like at the end of the day, you gotta have the guys to get it done. Because if you think about it, when Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma, like yeah, they had all the Heisman winning quarterbacks. They had so many offensive lines that were really good. Put a lot of dudes in the NFL, and they would run the ball a lot at Oklahoma. And now at USC, they just cannot control the line of scrimmage, can't run the ball, and then obviously the whole defense thing too. Took him like 6 years, laughed my ass off. You're not wrong, but hey, he got around to it. He got around to it. I definitely like that hire though. I like the DC at USC now. They definitely play a more aggressive style of defense now. When Alex Grinch was there, bro, it was so bad. But hey, if USC figure it out though, that's another big time program right there. Once they get the right guy there and it starts to roll, it can definitely go at USC because there's so much talent in Southern California. Lincoln Riley could be a good OC in the NFL. I agree with that. I agree with that because he can definitely coach some offense. He can definitely. He's kind of like Cliff Kingsbury in a sense. Him and Cliff Kingsbury come from the same tree with Mike Leach. To me, I look at them as basically the same. Cliff Kingsbury, great OC, can coach his behind off on some offense, but whole program. I think he just at Oklahoma, he walked into like just a ready-made situation. He didn't really just, it was more so like he got the keys to the car and was like, just don't crash it. But yeah, definitely good call on Lincoln. Lincoln Riley's a good OC in the NFL. Definitely good call. Cliff was terrible at Arizona. Yeah. Hey, but in college though, in college, him as a head coach, not so much, but he can call some offense now. And I think Arizona might be an organizational thing why they never can really have real success out there. I like Oregon a lot too this season. Yeah, my thing with Oregon though is like replacing Dylan Gabriel. Like, how's that gonna look when you play like the upper echelon of teams in the Big Ten? OSU's defense is still nasty and could repeat facts. Not wrong at all. What do you think about the Micah Parsons trade? I think that was a total disaster by Dallas. Like, respect the Green Bay for getting him, but Dallas, what is going on? Like, how do you trade basically your best player in his prime? Like, and then a couple days later, or not a couple days later, but they just signed a corner to a massive deal. They probably overpaid because now they got to get rid of that money. So it's like, all right, we got to spend it now. But yeah, they definitely should have re-signed Michael Parsons, and they could have did this long before now. And the number probably would have been a lot more team friendly if they had just re-signed him last year. Cowboys wasn't winning anything this year, so paying Micah still sucks. Doesn't make sense. They would have won more than they gonna win now. Combat sports today. Hey, Jax was sick. Jax was sick, bro. Green Bay finishes the season good, so those first round picks would be like 24 to 28, laughing out loud, don't. Exactly, dog. Like they about to win. Like those first round picks gonna be at the end of the first round. And then they're so young. But realistically, Jared Jones needs to go. Yeah, man. How old is Jared Jones now? I know somebody in the chat can look that up real quick. Let me know. How old is Jared Jones? What is going on with ownership in Dallas? Like they trade Luka Doncic and Micah Parsons. Like, how does that happen? The two best players on your two biggest franchises, trade both of them. Historical Cowboys does draft well in the first. I think they cut Dak. Really? I thought it was crazy they gave Dak what they gave him back when they originally gave him that deal. TCU got a little drive going. 2nd and 4, 1-on-1 outside. It's touchdown. Got him. Yep. Got beat off the line of scrimmage. But it just didn't even try to get hands on. Just opened the gate, and it was just who's the faster guy. Saints getting first overall pick this season. The Saints? Who else supposed to be really not supposed to be no good? At least I hope. All right, so let's say they get the number 1 pick. Who would you want them to draft? That's the question right there. Nussmeier? $13 new assistant coaches. Man, North Carolina got 70 new players. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know, Combat Sports. Who would you want them to take number 1 overall? A little tougher than you thought it would be, huh, Combat Sports? I'm expecting the name to pop up. He ain't got nothing. Let's see. Nuss probably going to stay in Louisiana, but getting drafted by the Saints. Really? You like Nussmeier at number 1? Really? Mm, interesting. I think Arch will bounce back. He definitely will. Combat sports. Have you looked at how Peyton's first college start and how Eli's first start went? It went exactly how Arch's went. He's not going to see a defense like what he saw on Saturday for the rest of the season. Cade Klubnik isn't a bad option either. 3-year starter. I don't buy Cade Klubnik personally. I don't buy it. I think the quarterback people are going to fall in love with this year is going to be Drew Aller. Because I think he's going to have a monster year, going to put up big numbers. The team going to do well. He's got the size, big arm. I don't know. Week one made these quarterbacks look mid at first. Hey, you over there sweating now, huh? He over there sweating. I put him on the spot. He didn't know what to say. He was like, hold up. Who would I take number one? Oh, that's a good one. All right, 3rd and long right here for North Carolina. 3 and out. But yeah, I personally think Drew Aller gonna be the guy. And I'm not even crazy about Drew Aller. I just think the class is gonna be kind of weak. I don't know. Saints drafting Tyler made me mad as hell, so I can't trust them. Yeah, they definitely can't draft quarterback after draft. I forgot they drafted him last year. They got to see that through, brother. They got money invested in him. They can't just get rid of a first rounder in the very next year. Because if so, man, somebody losing their job, the GM, some scout, somebody. Nice throw. I like Lenore Sellers' talent, but I don't think he's ready yet. Yeah, like he's just a freakish athlete. Freakish athlete. He gives me Anthony Richardson type athleticism, but I think he's a little bit better of a quarterback than Anthony Richardson. But freak athlete like him. Drew Aller is probably the most safe QB in the draft. Exactly. Exactly. But unfortunately, I think that's going to hurt him in this draft class because I think that's going to move him up boards. If he had came out last year, he still would have been safe, but he would have went further down in the draft. He would have went to a better team. Now, when he comes out this year, he's going to be up at the top of the draft, going to go to a bad team. And I think he's the type guy that needs to go to like a team where he won't have to play for like a year or two. Sellers' upside is Josh Allen, but downside could be Trey Lance. I could see more Lamar Jackson, which is probably more than Josh Allen because Lamar Jackson actually won MVPs. But that dynamic of an athlete, I think for Sellers, the passing game is gonna make or break him. But he's just a freak. Aller would have been a Brown last season, no doubt. But yeah, like there's really no QBs that really just jump off the page like I'm the face of the franchise right now. Sellers is physical like Allen. Yeah, Sellers is a different type of runner than Allen though, and Allen is a different type of thrower to football than Sellers. Like Sellers is a physically imposing runner. Like a couple dudes will have him dead to right, and he would just run through it and then take it like another 25, 30 yards. Jalen Milroe on the Seahawks is more like Lamar. I don't think Jalen Milroe gonna get enough snaps to be like Lamar. Like I think they'll bring him in. He'll have like a package or two every once in a while, but I just don't think he's gonna get enough looks to develop his game unless, like, God forbid, somebody gets hurt and now he's thrusted into action and he's got to play. But yeah, Milroe can tote the rock too now. Explosive with the ball in his hands. Sellers a lot like that too. Who knows? Maybe Carson Beck could be number. That actually is a good shout right there, Combat Sports. That's definitely a good shout because he looked good coming back off that injury. I think it was his shoulder or his elbow, one of the two. Like Carson Beck is another safe option like Drew Aller too. Because there were times at Georgia when Carson Beck was like, I don't think it was last year, but the year before, Carson Beck was dealing. And then last year, I think he just threw so many picks. I wonder if the UFC Paris card gonna be at the normal time or if it's gonna be early. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little early. Prelims start at noon Eastern. I think Jordan Tyson could be the number one receiver for this upcoming draft class. I think that's another tough one to figure out as well. Like, I think we're gonna need some more time before we can see who's like that guy at receiver this year. Just because we got to see some more competition. You know what I mean? So we get an early card on Saturday. Who's your number one pick based off week one performances? Hmm. Let me me see. Mm, I really like that Carson Beck pick. I think for Carson Beck, if the physicals come back good and like he passes all the medicals and everything, I think Carson Beck's upside is a little better than to me to Nussmeier's. Younger guy. Nussmeier's played more ball, a little older. Caleb Downs gonna go really high as well. He'll go in the top 10. Don't usually see safeties go that high, but he will definitely go in the top 10. Back to back Miami quarterback picks, number one. Yep. What's going on, Moody? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a good Labor Day weekend. Ooh, good run. Who needs draft picks when you got Micah Parsons? Cheddarhead, well said. Green Bay definitely won that trade, brother. Definitely won that trade. TJ Parker from Clemson. Moody says, fuck Green Bay. Ooh, good strong run right here. Sheesh. But it was not about to be denied. Let me check on this poll real quick. Probably only got like 2 votes for real. All right, I'm in that. When I got a buzz on, came home to hear negativity from my grandma. Man, it's not like her, broski. Hey, we all have bad days. Let's see. Nah, throwing that away. You see how bad Nico looked at, bro. I saw they got destroyed. I did see that. Like, there's a meme on the internet talking about where you took a pay cut in NIL to go to UCLA for this. Let me look up what that score was because I saw they got beat kind of bad. Let's see. Big Ten. It's still weird to me UCLA is in the Big Ten. Bruh, 43-10? Oh my God, bruh. I've got to pull this box score up. Jeez. 43 to no, that's I don't want to see that. All right, here we go. 11 of 22 for 136, one tub, one pick. Jeez, but they got destroyed. They were 2 of 11 on third down. Yeah, you ain't gonna beat anybody going 2 of 11 on third down. Sheesh. That's a beating. Whew. TCU put a nice little drive together. Getting it down inside the 10. I mean, hold on. Let me get, yeah, there we go. Joey Aguilar balled out for Tennessee too. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. But at the same time, though, like I thought Syracuse would take a step back this year, and it definitely looked like they hung around for a little bit. But his first start at Tennessee, I think he did well. His first start, that offense was looking all right. We'll see. We'll see how it looks here pretty soon because I think they got a. Oh no, he dropped it. Speaking of Tennessee, let me see that Tennessee schedule. So they have. Oh, they got East Tennessee State. That'll be another scrimmage for them. Combat Sports, he gonna look good this coming week too. And then they got Georgia. Then we gonna find out. See if TCU can take a 3-point lead, 32-yard chip shot. Drilled it. Best college team season you've watched: LSU with Burrow, Chase, and JJ or Tebow with the Gators for me. Bro, I got another one. I got a couple teams you can throw into this. So 2019 LSU with Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, yes. Dominant offensively. Tim Tebow with the Gators they were nasty. I think that was 09. Yeah. No, 08. They won it 08, and then Bama won it 09. Cam Newton at Auburn won it all by himself. I'm not saying they were a great team, but just him by himself. Other teams that were just really, really good. The 01 Miami team, really good. Go look up like how many NFL players are on that team. I think mid-90s Nebraska, like 95 Nebraska. I think they beat everybody by double digits. So for me, like the greatest teams ever like that, I think it was 95 Nebraska, 01 Miami, 2019 LSU's in there, 2020 Alabama's in there as well because their numbers look a lot like 2019 LSU. That 09, no, 08 Florida team was good, but I think they lost to somebody, right? Auburn hasn't developed a quarterback since Cam. They didn't develop Cam either, bro. He was just there 1 year. Cam Newton went to Florida first, bro. Got kicked out of school for, I think, like stealing a laptop or something. Then went to Blinn Community College and then left Blinn Community College, went to Auburn, wins the Heisman, win a national championship 1 season, bro. 1 season. Gus Malzahn, quarterback offensive coordinator at Florida State right now. Like they have not developed a quarterback in forever, bro. I think the last quarterback that like they recruited, signed there, and like did well was like Jason Campbell, 2004. Like that's the last quarterback Auburn has like actually developed. Yeah, Cam carried the whole team. I don't think they had another dude on that team get drafted, Combat Sports. Think about that. They won a national championship and only had like one guy get drafted. One. You ain't ever gonna see anything like that again. But yeah, 2019 LSU was really good. 2020 Alabama was really good too, bro. Like that squad was loaded. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, the big running back Najee Harris, Mac Jones. Like that team was loaded too. Jarrett Stidham, the second best QB after that. And they didn't develop him either. He went to Baylor and then left Baylor and went to Auburn. Bo Nix was trash at Auburn. Facts, bro. Bo Nix was definitely Bo Nix was not it at Auburn. And then went to Oregon, was like a whole new person. Whole new person. Honestly, I'm gonna say the second best QB after Jason Campbell was Nick Marshall, a defensive back playing quarterback. Took them to the national championship game. I don't know if you remember him, Combat Sports. Nick Marshall was a problem. Man, that nose just destroyed that center right there. Man, he played that well. Got off, shedded the block, and then made the play. Jeremiah Masoli was one of my bro. Jeremiah Masoli was nasty at Oregon, dude. I remember Jeremiah Masoli. Just chunky. Roy Helu at Nebraska was nasty. I like the Amir Abdullah at Nebraska. Amir Abdullah was a problem at Nebraska, bro. Yeah, I remember all these guys, dog. Maybe Nebraska will get back to being relevant here pretty soon. I like it when Nebraska's good. LeGarrette Blunt was legendary at Oregon. Man, hey, Oregon had some dudes. LeGarrette Blunt, LaMichael James was nasty up there. Dennis Dixon was nasty. Marcus Mariota. Kenyon Bardner was nasty up there. DeAnthony Thomas was nasty. Like Oregon had some dudes that could go. I used to bump Malcolm Kelly's rap song from the locker room. Yeah, when he was at Oklahoma, I remember that. I definitely remember that. Tavon Austin has the greatest college mixtape ever. Yes, bro. Tavon Austin probably had one of the sickest games ever in college. I don't know if you remember it, Combat Sports, but when West Virginia played Oklahoma and he just went crazy, bro. Like there's definitely a mixtape of just that game on YouTube, and it is unreal. Like he's a receiver, and I guess like their running backs got hurt, so they threw him at running back, and he ran for like over 200, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Tavon Austin got a good one. Reggie Bush is good. Steve Slayton is good. That's another one. DeAnthony Thomas. Tavon Austin. I remember when West Virginia went into Austin and beat Texas, and he went off in that game. Tavon Austin was a beast at West Virginia. Pat White, that's another good one from West Virginia. Yeah, bro. I definitely watch a little college football now. Put too much zip on that. Percy Harvin. That's another one. Percy Harvin. Good call there, Lazy. Really good call. Ted Ginn from your Buckeyes, another good one. Who else? Darren McFadden. That's another good one. Percy Harvin was definitely a good one. I remember Geno Smith was nice in college, dropping 8 TDs one game. Yeah, bro, playing in that air raid because he had Tavon Austin. There was another good receiver they had at West Virginia that year. Stedman Bailey. I don't know if you remember that name. He was nasty in college too with Tavon Austin. Javid Best. That's a good shout right there, Combat Sports. He was nasty at Cal, dog. Javid Best was a was a big play waiting to happen too. Man, what a catch right there. Boy, got some hands. Vince Young. Vince Young had got a good little tape at Texas. Deshaun Jackson at Cal. Combat sports. I got a name for you. I'm gonna go back, see if you can remember this. Do you remember Peter Warwick at Florida State? That's another one. I'm gonna throw another good one that was probably more remembered for NFL. Sam McGuffey. Combat sports, bro. Real ones know about Sam McGuffey, dog. I want to say I saw Sam McGuffey in real life. This was probably, I don't know, probably about like 3, 4 years ago. Sam McGuffey. Bro, real ones know that name right there. Sam McGuffey was hurdling dudes in high school. Combat sports. I see you know a little ball over there, brother. I see you. I see you. Man, TCU got a nice little drive going right here. Oh, I had them too. Toby Gerhart, good call. I like Toby Gerhart. Christian McCaffrey was good in college too. I'm still reminiscent of Ted Ginn Jr. That was a great receiver room. Ginn, Santonio Holmes, Anthony Gonzalez. Yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely a good one. I think we saw three of the best receiver rooms ever in like rapid succession in college football. The Ohio State room with Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I think. What's the receiver with the Jets? Oh, nice interception. The receiver with the Jets, I think Jamison Williams was on that team, not seeing the field. And then you obviously got 2019 LSU with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. They had another Terrence Marshall, another receiver played in the NFL. But then you got the was it 2019 Bama or 2020 Bama? You got Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle. Like that room was crazy. Yeah, that's nuts, bro. I'm telling you, that Bama receiver room was crazy, dude. Crazy. The Ohio State one was crazy. The Bama one was crazy, and the LSU room, like those three receiver rooms were like all within like a 3-year period. And I think 2019 was LSU and Bama. I think that both was the same year. Best running back rooms. I got a few. Georgia when they had Gurley, Sony Michelle, and Nick Chubb. Auburn when they had Ronnie Brown, Carnell Williams, Brandon Jacobs. Arkansas when they had Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, and Darren McFadden. Alabama's had a couple really good running back rooms. I think obviously Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, and Lacey were all there in one room. Then another time you had, was Derrick Henry and Najee there? So 1 year at Bama, you had Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, TJ Yeldon, and Kenyon Drake all there at the same time. Who else? Who else had really good running back rooms 1 year? I know Clemson had CJ Spiller and James Thomas 1 year. That was a solid room. And then Wisconsin had a two-head. I think they had no, he went to Minnesota. I was thinking about Marion Barber, and somebody else was at Minnesota at the same time with Marion Barber. I can't remember who. But I think Wisconsin had like a couple of those backs where they had like Monty Ball and somebody else like right there at the same time too. CJ Spiller, what a throwback, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, Combat Sports, bro. CJ Spiller was that guy at Clemson too. Ingram, Richardson, and Lacey. I really thought those three would have made more impact in NFL. Same, bro. Same. Especially Trent Richardson. Like, I think everybody was expecting him to be a problem in the NFL. But the difference is in college, man, nobody really wanted to tackle him for real. But you get to the NFL, man, dude's got no problem tackling you. Must be a pick six right here. Yep. Pick six, touchdown TCU. Trent Richardson was a crazy NFL failure, especially going number 3. How you think Jamarcus Russell, bro? Man went number 1 overall and is the homie. Like legit the homie, dog. Like I met Jamarcus Russell. I think we were, I don't know, probably like 10, 11 playing basketball, bro. Jamarcus Russell ended up being just an animal on the football field. But Zeke and Carlos Hyde were a solid duo. Yeah, that's a solid duo. That's a solid duo right there. Zeke was like that guy, though. Carlos Hyde was good. Zeke was that guy in college. Bro, the dude at Ohio State laser was Maurice Claret, dog. Maurice Claret. I got all right. So for my college football heads in the chat, Who is the best freshman in college football history, in your opinion? For me, is Adrian Peterson. Like 18 years old, came out, was ready. For me, Adrian Peterson. I feel like Jeremiah Smith was kind of like that last year too. He sure was. I'm originally from the same area as Maurice. Hey, real ones know about Maurice Correct, dog. Real ones know. Nah, but for me, bro, I was a big Eddie George guy. I really like Eddie George at Ohio State. That's way, way back right there, lazy. Way, way back. But the greatest running back in Ohio State history is Archie Griffin, though. That's the greatest running back ever. Two-time Heisman winner. I mean, Johnny Football won the Heisman as a freshman, right? Yeah, but he wasn't a true freshman. He did that as a redshirt freshman, I think. Combat sports. I'm pretty sure Johnny Manziel was a redshirt freshman when he did it. I'm pretty sure. Bro, go look up Adrian Peterson's freshman year. Nuts what he did at 18 years old. Eddie George was the consummate professional. He was the closest we came to reincarnating Archie. Yeah, bro. Like Eddie George was like so good at Ohio State, dog. He kind of redefined the position, like being a super tall running back like that. He was the first one. I'm not gonna say the first one, but he was like that guy that was like the big physical running back that was like tall. Kind of what you see with like Derrick Henry, Najee Harris today. North Carolina needs to get points before halftime because I think TCU gets the ball in the third to start the third. Best quarterback rooms? That's easy. That's Alabama. I think we had Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Mac Jones in the same quarterback room. That's 3 first-round quarterbacks right there. Best freshman, you might have stole my answer with Maurice Claret. Hey, I mean, they won it all, but I don't know if I'm putting him over Adrian Peterson, though. Matter of fact, let me look up Maurice Claret's freshman numbers. I mean, those are his only college numbers. Let's see. Sports reference. Maurice Claret. He had 1,237 yards, 16 TD, no, 18 TDs, 1,341 total yards from scrimmage. All right, now let's look at Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, his freshman year. Adrian Peterson had 1,925 yards as a freshman with 15 touchdowns. He almost went for 2,000 yards as a freshman. I remember Michael Crabtree having a crazy ass freshman year at Texas Tech, another air raid offense. Yeah, let me look that up actually. Cause yeah, he was only there 2 years. So Crabtree's freshman year, he had 1,962 yards with 22 touchdowns. Yeah, that's definitely solid right there. That's definitely solid right there. So Lazy, let me ask you, you gonna take that Crabtree season over Adrian Peterson? Because I think yardage wise, it's a dead heat. I mean, I think Crabtree beat him by just a few. Yeah, 1925. Yeah, 1937 for scrimmage, 15 tubs. Yeah, those 2 seasons right there are wild. Absolutely wild. Yo, Mike Leach was slinging that thing around out there at Texas Tech. Freshman receiver goes for almost 2,000 yards. Good call though, Lazy. Really good call. Because I definitely forgot all about that freshman year Crabtree had. – 134 catches is almost the craziest part. I would go AP though, generational talent. Yeah, bro. Like Adrian Peterson was so physically imposing at 18, dog. Like I remember him just in that first game. I think they played like Tulsa, and they had it on like 4th and 1, and he like trucked the dude and took it like 50 yards for a touchdown. Like a dude tried to come from behind and like strip it out, and he just like get off me, and then kept his balance and scored. I don't know if y'all remember the play I'm talking about, but it's crazy. But yeah, 134 catches is crazy though. 134 catches. They had to count the bowl game too. 134 catches. No way that's 12 games. That's got to be 13, 14 games. Jeez. Let me pull this Crabtree back up. Like, how many games is that? 13 games? Sheesh. 10 catches a game? Bro, that's some production right there. Oh, and the punter dropped the ball. Oh, but he got it off though. At least he got the kickoff. Pearson was just the definition of man amongst boys. They say it all the time, but with certain guys, you see lazy. Imagine Adrian Peterson in high school, dude. Like, that's nuts. Because we got to remember, I think Adrian Peterson ran 4.3 when he came out. So being that big, that physically imposing, and that fast, but I can only imagine what that high school tape looked like. Always reminded me of a slightly more nimble Jim Brown. Yeah, especially when he was young. And just ran hard and violent too. Yo, TCU might try to get points right here. I would have made business decisions the time I had to tackle him. Facts, bro. Facts. I mean, we know that as adults, but I bet at that time when you like 17, 18, like, yeah, I can tackle him. Cause you know, at that age, man, you think you're invincible. Then you can run through brick walls and whatnot. TCU goes down, gets 3 right here, makes this a 3-possession game. 2 timeouts, 36 seconds left. Yeah, they inside North Carolina territory now. Yo, this Jordan Dwyer looking pretty good for TCU. Number 7, little receiver with the dreads. This is a nice little drive from TCU right here. Already in field goal range, probably get like 1 shot at it. So let's see on the game cast. It's got 9 seconds left. I'm at 13 seconds right now. Yo, this quarterback for TCU in complete control right now. I mean, I know North Carolina playing super soft, but Yeah, this Dwyer kid, he done had a good night. Think he about to go over 100 yards receiving. Field goal time. And looks like they hit it. So TCU goes in the half up 13. Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. Up 17. My bad. I was definitely tripping. Looking at this other score. So let me bring this down real quick. And we can look at this weekend's card coming up. I'll pull it up real quick. Okay. All right, we're just gonna jump right into Brad Tavares. I don't think any of y'all probably care much for that Shauna Banion Sam Hughes fight. Or do y'all? Lazy, what you got? I mean, Bannon with that spamming of that sidekick is just tough to watch. Even though her last fight was kind of fun with Pooja Tomar, her just spamming sidekicks is just it's kind of tough. All right, let's see here. Yeah, definitely take the over in this one for sure. Think this one will be kind of slow because this Polish guy, I think he's Polish, just doesn't. His output is just so low. And Tavares doesn't really mix it up in boxing range. He likes to stay out at range, use the kicks. I think it's crazy that Sam Hughes finally gets to be a favorite. Should be a W for Sam. Bannon not very good anywhere. Bro, like, yeah, like we don't have to spend much time on that one, lazy. Like for real, dog. Like her just spamming the sidekicks. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I think she ate a head kick in the Pooja Tomar fight and then ended up submitting her with like an arm bar or something. I remember that. It was crazy. Let's see. But yeah, I'm going Tavares in this one. I just like the experience. And like I said, this Polish guy, he didn't, yeah, he's from Poland. Just doesn't really put much out there for me. Let's see what these odds are. Oh, they're not on here. This is one of the best fights on the card right here. Patterson coming in with that momentum after beating what's the guy's hand of God? I can't think of his name right now. It escapes me. But y'all know who I'm talking about though. And then Walters, the striker, got good takedown defense. Patterson, we know he's a grappler, even though he's coming off that brutal KO in his last fight against let me get all my stuff up here. Who was it? Danny Barlow, that's who it was. Like knocked him out bad, bad, bad. I'm kind of back and forth on this one because I think on the feet, Waters can put it on Sam Patterson, but if Patterson can get it to the Danny Barlow, yeah. If Patterson can get this to the ground, I think he can submit Waters. But the question gonna be, can he get it to the ground? Because Waters like to stay at range, like he doesn't rush in too much, like how Barlow did against Sam Patterson. This gonna be a good one right here. Lazy, how you feeling about Sam Patterson? Trey Waters, my bad, got a little tongue tied there. Like initially, I was going Sam Patterson, but I'm starting to swing on Trey Waters here and the underdog. Much like you said, Trey Waters is a superior guy, not the feed, but Patterson has deceptively good BJJ. Yeah, bro, like that's my thing in this fight. I don't know. It's a tricky one for me. Like I said, I was with Sam Patterson, but I'm definitely starting to lean Waters now. Because I think he's just gonna be able to keep it on the feet. I mean, his takedown defense is at like, I think it's like 80%. And I don't think Patterson, like, yeah, the BJJ is good, but the wrestling, like getting it to the ground, I haven't seen anything there to know that he can really, you know, get that done. But it's a tough one. That's a tough one for me right there. Real tough one. William Gomez against this guy making his debut. Gomez is just footwork, doesn't get hit a lot, controls the distance very, very well. Really good footwork, doesn't get hit clean too often. I think the path to beat Gomez is like getting in his face and like holding him up against the cage, trying to take him down. Because if you like stay at range with him, he'll just pick you apart from the outside. So that's how I see that one going. This one should be another good one right here. Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakhretdinov. Crazy to me, Roger hasn't been charged yet. the whole situation itself is just crazy. Like when I saw that, I was like, what? Did y'all see what Kevin Holland said? He said Roger gonna serve 4 to 5 years and 70 days. Bro, that was petty, dog. That was petty. Petty. Richala, a really good prospect out of Poland, managed by Ioana Jędrzejczyk. I got you. I knew what you meant. I can't spell the name. Yeah. I haven't seen any of his fights. Let me see. Same reach. He's got a 50% finish rate. He's on a 2-fight win streak, 2K back-to-back KOs, but then he got KO'd before that. So, and that's his only loss. He got knocked out in 2023. Gustafson by cardio on that. Yeah, that's lazy. That's the exact same way I feel about that fight. 100%. Bro, Gustafson is just nasty. Like he just gets it in there and he just grinds on you. Gets you in the clinch. Like just makes it a dirty fight. Like he just really, really tests your will. And Renat definitely gasses out. Like Renat is dangerous in that first round. After that, he slows down big time. Big time. And then he definitely got that robbery win over who was he got that over Carlos Lier? Yeah, he definitely big time. I remember that was UFC 308 in Abu Dhabi. Man, he's got win over Nicholas Dalby, Kevin Lee, Brian Battle. Yeah, I'm going Gustafson in that one. Let's see what we got next. Marcin Tybura versus Ante Dalia. I've seen this Croatian dude fight before. He's a striker, and I think what's gonna go on in this one? You remember the Leal fight? Yeah, it was a brutal robbery, dog. Brutal robbery. But yeah, Tybura, man, he's back in this spot again, fighting the up and coming heavyweight prospect. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think Tybura gonna mix it up on the feet a little bit, try and get Buddy down and just control him on the ground, maybe mix in some ground and pound. If Dalia can keep it on the feet, he got a chance. But if Tybura gets him down, man, he's in trouble. Have you seen him fight, Lazy? Yeah, I know. I saw him fight in PFL. That's definitely where I saw him fight. Yeah, I definitely remember him. Reese McKee, Skeletor. Dalia is pretty athletic by heavyweight standards, but I think Tybura will smother, like you said, maybe some elbow. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like Tybura gets those heavyweights down one time, he lays on them, put that weight on them, and then just mix in that ground to pound. Yes, sir. Same as you, PFL Bellator. Yeah, I definitely. As soon as I saw his name, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen him fight, and I saw a picture of him. I was like, yeah, I've seen him fight. But who knows? He might catch Tybura though. But he did just get finished, and it's not his most recent fight, but the fight before that he got finished. I'm going with Tybura, man. Tybura's been in there with some pretty good competition. Been in there with Volkov, Aspinall, Spivak, Mick Parkin. That win over Mick Parkin. Was that a robbery, if I remember correctly, or did he legit beat Mick Parkin? I can't remember how that fight went. It was pretty uneventful. This feels like a layup for Reese. I don't know this guy. I haven't seen this guy. What about you, Lazy? What you got on him? I just know Reese McKee's last fight was just an absolute war. Like he looked good finally, but it was a war. Like I think both guys took a lot of damage in that last fight he was in. If I can pull it up against Daniel Frunza, like yeah, man, he been in there with some tough competition. Hamzat, Chidi and Chokawani, Ange Losa. Yeah, some stout little competition right there. Yeah, I'm thinking this should be a good one for Reese as well. But this dude is undefeated though, hadn't lost a fight. So should be interesting. Should be interesting. Axel isn't bad, but he's been given a favorable matchup in Aries. Okay, I got you. I got you. All right, let's see. Umar C versus Brinson Hiberio. I'm thinking Hiberio got to land a big shot early, or if not, Umar C gonna just get him backed up against side octagon and just get him in the clinch, take him down, lean on him, wear on him. But Umar C did not look too good in his last fight, though. If I remember correctly, let me pull it up. Yeah, Alonzo Minifield, he did not look good in that fight. And then Brinson Hiberio got knocked out against Azamat Muzakhanov. Yeah, I'm going Umar C in this one. I think this will be one-way traffic right here. But you never know. Anything can happen. How you feeling in this one, Lazy? Someone gets KO early, or it's going to be a boring decision. Give me C. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards boring decision. Unfortunately, that is definitely how I'm leaning on that one. Patricio Pitbull, Locine Kita. That's probably not how you say that, but it's gonna work for. It's gonna do for tonight. I'm gonna get my S Dogs MMA talk on. Call it a night. But Pitbull got to win. You know his last fight. But when When is it over? Dude's like, oh, I think he's like 38. Let me see. This one right here? Yeah, I know that. Wasn't this guy like a double champ or something? Where he came from? I'm pretty sure this dude was like a double champ, if I remember correctly. Let's see. An octagon. Okay. Yeah, this dude's like a striker, right? Got 10 knockouts, 10 of his 16 wins by KOs. Okay. Octagon double champ, still in his 20s with tons of experience. Okay, yeah. I actually went with him. Like I saw some stuff online. Some people had some really good things to say, and I looked up his numbers. I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously, Pitbull being 38 is tough, especially at featherweight. Patricio still fits perfect in the Keita's game. He's gonna send Pitbull into orbit. I like that. I like that. I like that right there, Lazy. I like that. I like that breakdown right there. That's exactly what I want to see too. Exactly what I want to see. All right. I've been seeing somewhere saying this fight's off right here. Faraz Zim versus California. I was really looking forward to this if it's still on, but I've been seeing some rumors that it's off. I know if anybody gonna know, it's you, Lazy. Man, the internet is wild, man. They got a poster of Mackenzie Dern versus Vernon Jandaroba, and they put the dude from Waterboy on there. Zim pulled out due to his grandma passing. They just announced Harry Hart Cage Warriors featherweight champ as a new opponent. Sorry, there's a delay in the video. No, Lazy. I already know. I know, like it's like a minute behind. I definitely already know. It's all good. I'm in no rush, brother. I'm not going anywhere. About to start the second half of this game anyway. Let me get the game cast back on. Stop sharing that. And now share this. There we go. As Fernandez's opponent, I got you. Yeah, and I just dropped my video too. Well, I just have to skip over that part. Oh, speaking of which, I'm tripping. Oh, I got it in there. Yeah, Fernandez, bro, like his kicks and his hands, like he was piecing up that dude in his last fight. That dude he fought last, I think it was Yaya, shouldn't have been in there. No, it was Guram. That's who he messed up. But yeah, he messed up Yaya as well. Oh man. Wow. First play of the third quarter to the house. Man. Wow. Wow. 75-yard TD run. Man. That might be the dagger right there. in the third quarter. Man, down 20 off the rip. It's gonna be quiet in that stadium now. Harwood's a solid English fighter, typical hard nosed kind of guy they produce. Good gas tank, nice combo of wrestling and boxing. It should be a banger replacement, really. Okay. Like, how did this just spit out like this? Let's see. So they pull both guards, kick out, the backside guard fills up in the hole and is off to the races. That's beautiful. Man, that's a backbreaker right there. 10 carries, 111 yards rushing, and a tub. It's not a bad night through three quarters. Matthew Stafford expected to start week one. The thing with all Cage Warriors fighters is they got a bad rep for coming to the UFC and getting exposed. Reese McKee, perfect example. They didn't start him out easy with Hamzat, but it took him a minute to get right. Yeah, bro. Like they just threw him out there against Hamzat. That was Hamzat's like second fight in like 10 days. And I think he was preparing for, I think, a striker. And then it was like, yeah, you get your UFC debut, but you're going to get probably one of the best wrestlers in the UFC on short notice. And he got mauled against Hamzat. It was bad too. And then I think Reese fought somebody else and then got beat kind of convincingly as well in that second fight. Oh, Alex Morono, then he lost that. Then he was out of the UFC. Then he came back against Orange Losa, lost that. Chidi and Chokawani lost. Like, man, these are some tough matchups. Hamza, Alex Morono wasn't. I mean, that's a little different, but Orange Losa, Chidi and Chokawani, it's tough. Man, they running it on 3rd and 4. Yeah, they definitely running on 3rd and 4 down 20. That's saying, yeah, we trying to get out of here. Oh, it was an RPO. Mm. Lazy, did Just Bleed Radio, y'all drop y'all's video today? Let me go look. Not yet. Jax, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? Everything's good, man. The game, as you can see, is 20-7, and North Carolina just punted. Like they came out and TCU took it to the crib. Like it's getting ugly. We took the week off. I was wanting to do something, but they were off having fun. I got you. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Jax, let me know if you want to come on, brother. Just let me know. Oh yeah, Jax. We was talking about the Michael Parsons trade earlier, and I was said, I know Jax over there hurting. Yeah. In here talking about football and MA like it's crosswalk. Hey, bro, we got to Lazy. Man, I don't feel as bad about the Parsons trade as I did the Doncic trade. That's fair. Oh, they almost hit another like 20, 30-yard run. I think that D line for North Carolina is starting to look for the exit. Yeah, they're gonna cover one now. Man to man, get everybody up in the box around the line of scrimmage. Hard to just jump into a program, be successful out of the gate. Yeah, but with NIL, Jax is a little different. You can jump into a program, and if you got the right kind of boosters, You can go out, sign you know, who you want. Bruh, like nobody wants to tackle anymore, dog. Yeah, I know Bill is pissed right now watching these missed tackles. It's looking like NCAA 26 right here with these missed tackles. Like two dudes just closing in and just like Olay. The film room gonna be rough tomorrow. Man, that Dwyer kid is good for TCU, that receiver. Bro, Bill Belichick is gonna rip them so bad during film study. Tomorrow, it's gonna be rough in there. So I hope for their sake they keep playing hard. Because if they don't, it's gonna be rough in film room. Good cut. Man, TCU about to score again. They brought it back. I was about to say it had to be something. Yeah, that's definitely a hole. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough week for them. Is TCU better than we thought, or UNC is worse? I think it's a little bit of both. I think TCU is a little bit better than we thought, and I think UNC is a little bit worse than we thought. Like we thought Belichick's gonna come in and everything is gonna change everything, and now you still gotta have them dudes. I don't care how good of a coach you are. If you ain't got them dudes, it don't matter. Sometimes it comes down to the quality of the X's and the O's. Right up the shoot. That might be targeting. School affiliations and favorites aside, who is your go-to team in the old EA, NCAA, PS3, PS4 days for Dynasty mode? Like, who did you rock with, or just jersey diversity? Man, I would play with a few different squads back in the day. Lazy. I would play with Nebraska. I really like Nebraska. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be targeting. TC used to have a gang of alternate jerseys. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Oregon for Moody. But yeah, I would do Nebraska because I think the early days, like I would just run the option with Nebraska back in the day. And then from there, I migrated to I started playing with Florida State a good amount. Yeah, the Cornhuskers. I used to really enjoy running the option back on the old school PS3 days. That may have been PS2, lazy. That might even be even further back in the day. I think that was PS2 actually. But yeah, PS3, I was running with Florida State because everybody was running with like Florida, with Tebow, Percy Harvin, Jeff Demps, Rainey. They just had so much speed. Everybody was playing with Florida. I remember that. I always like playing with quarterbacks that could run. Like if a team didn't have a quarterback that could run, I didn't want to play with them. I had to have a quarterback that could run. Just because I know how much of a nightmare it is to deal with. Pat White was a problem to deal with back on the day. I remember winning the wishbone at Tulane one year just because they had beautiful navy blue, red, and gold jerseys with a gold helmet. Interesting. Man, TCU scores again. 34-7. The option was tough to deal with. I picked programs based on playbooks. I played with the Gators, especially with Chris Leak at QB. Virginia Tech when they had Marcus Vick, bro. That's a shout. I remember when Virginia Tech had Marcus Vick. They had another quarterback that could run too before Marcus Vick. I can't remember his name because I used to run with Virginia Tech a little bit because that's when they had Kevin Jones, number 7 at running back. He was a monster too, Jax. Man, 34-7. Sonny Dykes was like, nah, Bill Belichick, this ain't the NFL, my boy. Yo, they just cannot stop the run. TCU going up and down the field right now. Don't remember Marcus Vick, but I know Mike Vick played at Virginia Tech, didn't he? Yeah, he played there in the late 90s. So they played, I want to say, Florida State in the national championship game in 99 when Vick was at Virginia Tech. And then his younger brother, Marcus Vick, went to Virginia Tech as well and was a quarterback. That's who he's talking about. Yeah, there you go, Jax. 34-7. Sheesh. Yeah, they just had a hat for a hat over there on that play. Running backs just untouched. Nobody nowhere anywhere near him. You're right though. Pat White, West Virginia was nasty, bro. Pat White was unfair. And then they had Slayton too. I always been a sucker for teams with black and gold colorways. UCF, Wake Forest, even some of the classic Purdue units. Yeah, I got you. What about Rashard Mendenhall when he played at Illinois? Yeah, him and Juice Williams, they were there together, right? Rashard Mendenhall was the truth at Illinois. Oh, he dropped it. Oh my goodness. Receiver had and just dropped it. Big play, just dropped it. My favorite Illinois player is Brandon Lloyd. That's a good name. Ooh, that looked like that hurt. That hit. Like that hitting like the hip, low back, something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got one. Your choice for best Swiss Army knife in college football, Mr. Do a little bit of everything, the utility guy. Percy Harvin, dog. Percy Harvin was a problem. Like you receiver, running back, quarterback. Florida put him everywhere. And I'll throw out some old school names for you, lazy. Hines Ward at Georgia, Swiss Army knife, receiver, quarterback. I don't know if you remember, but Anquan Bolden started at quarterback for Florida State in a bowl game against Georgia because their quarterback got hurt. Anquan Bolden, the receiver, started at quarterback for Florida State. And Antoine Randall L, that's another one. What fumble? Scoop and score? Are you kidding me? Wow, 41-7. Antoine Randall L. Yeah, definitely. Definitely Antoine Randall L. I got one for you, Lazy and Jax. I got one for y'all. Top three college quarterbacks. You get them for 1 year. Charlie Ward's another good shout, making a walk. Charlie Ward. Oh, yep. There's the fumble, scoop and score. That's wild. Charlie freaking Ward. Charlie freaking Ward was the truth. Was the truth. But yeah, give me your top three quarterback seasons. Edelman gets a shout too. Yep, that's another good one. That's another good one. Is Burrow number one? Like that 2019 season from Burrow? Like where does 2010 Cam Newton rank? We got, I think, like 08 Tebow. You got Johnny Manziel. That his Heisman year, Manziel was unreal. His Heisman year. Jeff George, Ron Leaf, and Leinart. Nah, Leinart wasn't box office. Kyler Murray one year was unreal too. If you go look at those Kyler Murray numbers. Matter of fact, let me get Joe Burrow. Let's see, Joe Burrow college stats. Yeah, I definitely want to compare this. Let's see, Burrow. All right, Kyler Murray college stats. Sports reference. All right, let's see Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow in 2019 threw for 5,600 yards, 5,671 yards, 60 TDs. Jeez, 60 TDs, bro. That's unreal. And then run for any tubs? Ran for 5 touchdowns, bro. That's nuts. 60 passing TDs. Jeez. Kyler Murray threw for 4,361. It's only 14 games. And Burrow had 15 games. Threw for 4,361 yards, 42 touchdowns, 50 total touchdowns. No, that's his career. Just so 42 passing touchdowns. How many rushing that year? Wow. Really? That can't be right. Man, he had 12 rushing. Sheesh. Yeah, those are both really good years. Let me see. Let me look at the Manziel year. Because I know Manziel went crazy, but he didn't have as many games. 13 games, still went over 4,000 yards. So Manziel averaged 316 and a half per game. Sheesh. Burrow averaged 378 per game. That's crazy. All right. Let's see if I can get back to the chat real quick. Give me 1 second. Close both those. Close that. And I'm back. Okay. All right. Hear me out. Colt Brennan from Hawaii. Yeah, Colt Brennan had a monster year when they went to the I think they went to the Sugar Bowl, played Georgia. He had a monster year. Cam Newton, Burrow, Winston. Yeah, Winston's Heisman number was good. What about the guy from Houston who was a 6-year? David Klingler? Colt Brennan, Graham Harrell, Kellen Moore, the whitest QB room ever. Nah, he's an assistant coach somewhere. I forgot. From Houston? I can't think of who you thinking of, Moody. But yeah, Cam Newton, Burrow, Winston, good names. Tebow's a good one. Manziel's a good one. Kyler Murray. I'm trying to think who else. Man, that stadium then started to empty on out now, 41-7. Wow, and it's still the third quarter. Dilfer Brady Young. Case Keenum. That's a good shout. I think he may have been like the all-time passing leader in college, maybe. Jax. That's a good shout. Case Keenum's a good shout. But yeah, Colt Brennan was a good one at Hawaii. I don't know if y'all remember Timmy Chang from Hawaii. He was a good one too. Put up some crazy numbers. Man, Max Johnson at North Carolina? I didn't know he was still in college. Oh, dropped it. Timmy Chang put up absurd number. Fags, Jacks. Real ones know about Timmy Chang, dog, out there in Hawaii. Timmy Chang used to go to work late night. Timmy Chang was airing that thing out in the run and shoot. Timmy Chang. I don't think that's a backwards pass. I think that's a forward pass. Went straight down the line. Yeah, that's not a backwards pass. Best offensive college player you've seen with your own eyes. Does that mean on TV or in person, Jax? Kellen Moore, 2011, had 3,800 passing yards, 43 TDs. Graham Harrell, '07, had 5,705 yards and 48 TDs. Jesus. Jesus. On TV or in person? In college? Man, that's tough. Reggie Bush in college was like not fair, cheat codish. Cam Newton, I feel like, was like that as well. Um, hmm. Vince Young, that 1 year at Texas was stupid. Like, I think they were like averaging like 50 some points a game, just killing everybody. Um, I will say this though, this is off topic. The most dominant defensive player I've seen in my own two eyes, Ndamukong Suh, bro, when he was in college. Ndamukong Suh was in the running for the Heisman as a defensive tackle, dog. Like, I don't think people understand like how different that is. The air raid down at Texas Tech is no joke. Yeah, for sure. But Ndamukong Suh, being the disruptor he was at defensive tackle, like I get it. You know, Charles Woodson won the Heisman at corner, little receiver return man. Deep ball, good catch. I was literally gonna say, bro, and Ndamukong Suh at Nebraska was different, dude. Different. Like how people look at Aaron Donald in the NFL, and Ndamukong Suh was more impactful in college than that. Charles Woodson gets tossed in there too, as much as I hated him. Yeah, Charles Woodson definitely got to go in there. Stealing my takes, Cross. Bro, hey, I enjoy the college football as much as you, Lazy. Sue, no doubt. That was insane. I've never seen anyone like that. Yeah, and Dominican Sue was just ridiculous at defensive tackle, bro. Like the man controlled the entire game from defensive tackle spot. Like I don't think there has been anything else like that defensively, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. It was just unreal. A defensive tackle that just controlled the entire game. Craziness. All right, I got a question for the chat. What college is quarterback you? And I need to know, you got to throw out the names too as to why. Who is quarterback you? We gonna go position by position. Woodson is one of my favorite DBs of all time, deserves so much more credit. Bro, Woodson was the truth. Woodson was the truth. I've fallen out of form with football in recent years, all the focus on MMA, but that late 90s, early 2010s era had my heart. I know what you mean, brother. I know exactly what you mean. But quarterback you, who you got? And rattle the names off. It's a few that come to mind. USC, Oklahoma, Alabama. Because I mean, Oklahoma's got Jason White, Heisman Trophy winner, Kyler Murray, Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner. Caleb is the quarterback that left Oklahoma went to USC. Is that Caleb? Caleb Williams? Quarterback, you has to be a Big Ten school? Got it? No way, dog. Oklahoma, USC. USC got to be in there too. Because USC's got Leinart, Carson Palmer, I think Jim Plunkett. Who else USC got? USC got some quarterbacks too. Bama's got quarterbacks lately. Jalen Hurts, Tua, Bryce Young, Mac Jones. But Oklahoma's gonna be tough to beat. Because Ohio State at quarterback. Ohio State quarterbacks. Cardale Jones. What's the one guy that won the Heisman the year they lost to Florida? Come on, Lazy. I know you got it. Is it Troy Smith? Troy Smith, the Texans QB now. Who else? The one quarterback that got drafted, then he got hit by a car and he died. I can't think of his name. Braxton Miller. Forgot about him. Who else? Ohio State quarterbacks. Michigan, you got Tom Brady. Obviously, Tom Brady. Good quarterbacks come out of Michigan. University of Miami, Vinny Testaverde, Gino Torretta, Cam Ward, Bernie Kosar, Ken Dorsey, Jim Kelly. That's a solid list right there. That's a real solid list right there. I mean, that's one Heisman? Because Testaverde didn't win the Heisman. I know Gino Torretta did. Did Testaverde win the Heisman too? Florida's got Tebow, Daniel Werfel. Danny Werfel. I don't know if y'all remember him back in the day in college. Chris Leak. I'm cheating right now using AI. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I'm literally going off the top of the dome right now. I'm literally just going top of the dome. That's 3 Heisman. So Gino Torretta, Vinny, Bernie Kosar, Youngstown, Ohio. Bernie Kosar. Wasn't he like number 20 playing quarterback with like number 20 in Miami or something like that? I think I've seen some clips of that. Yeah, that's old school right there, Jax. North Carolina puts in another touchdown. It's a nice little spacing concept right there. Really good throw. Yeah, he had an old goofy number, but the 80s is when I got deep into football. That's what's up, Jax. Mark Richt, that's another one from Miami as well. Or did Mark Richt go to Florida State? I think he went to Miami. All right. It's looking like Miami. I mean, that Miami OU are probably like neck and neck right there. I forgot about Steve Walsh. We all forgot Notre Dame and Purdue. Purdue got Drew Brees. Who else Purdue got? Notre Dame's got Montana. Well, I mean, if we're gonna throw Purdue and Notre Dame, we gotta throw BYU in there. Steve Young. Jax, don't do that, Jax. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, dog. Don't do that. But yeah, hey, we gotta throw BYU in there. Detmer, Steve Young. Hey, BYU got to be in there too. You know what? Jim Plunkett went to. Did he go USC or did he go Stanford? I know Elway went to Stanford. Notre Dame follows closer with 32 NFL quarterbacks in its history, including Joe Montana and Joe Theismann. That's a good one. Purdue stands out, leading NFL passing yards and tying Alabama for most Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Breeze, Greasy, and Lynn Dawson. But lazy, we talking about college. This is just college. We can't bring the NFL into it now. Like, we are just speaking college. Bart Starr, Namath, Kenny Stabler from Alabama. Yeah, the OGs. I'll tell you, Alabama's definitely got some big time quarterbacks. Oklahoma does too, though. BYU does have some QBs. I think Jim McMahon went there. Bro, I'm telling you, BYU got some QBs from back in the day. Taysom Hill went there too. He played quarterback at BYU. Like, BYU gets slept on with the QBs. That was pretty solid right there with quarterback U. That was real solid. Now let's go to running back U. And now, mind you guys, I'm not even looking this stuff up. I'm literally just calling this off the top of the dome. Running back U, I think Georgia's gonna have some good ones. Bama's gonna have some good ones. Auburn's got some good ones. Ohio State, USC, Texas got some good ones. Wisconsin's a sleeper. Michigan, running back U is USC. Jax, I don't know. You start throwing them names out there now. It's a little closer than you may want to realize now. Because USC got Reggie Bush, OJ, Lindell White, Marcus Allen. What other running backs they got? Marcus Allen, Reggie Bush, Lindell White, OJ Simpson. Man, that's pretty solid. I mean, that's pretty solid right there. Ohio State got 3 Heismans too. Archie Griffin got 2. Eddie George. Those 3 Heisman winners, 3 Heismans right there too now. Auburn's got Bo Jackson, Carnell Williams, Ronnie Brown. Anybody else I can throw in there with them? Trey Mason was nice in college too. I don't know if y'all remember that name when they went to the national championship. He was pretty good in college. Georgia, Garrison Hurst. Garrison Hurst. Who else they had there? The dude played with the Rams. Gurley. AI agrees with Jack. I mean, hey, running back. Hey, those names I rattled off of USC pretty legit now. Pretty legit. I mean, OJ, Reggie Bush, Marcus Allen, OJ. Like that's pretty tough right there. I can admit that that's pretty tough. But I mean, hey, Bama can rattle off some dudes now. Ingram, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Trent Richardson, TJ Yeldon, Kenyon Drake, Sean Alexander. Who else? Who am I missing? Lacey. feel like I'm missing somebody else. Derek Najee. Said Auburn already. Texas had Archie Griffin, not Archie Griffin, but Earl Campbell, Cedric Griffin, 4 Heisman winning trophy winning running backs, 37 NFL draft picks, and 8 first-round picks at running back. Yeah, that's tough. That's real tough. Real tough. Hey, but I did rattle off the 4 Heisman winning running backs, though. I did rattle those off. Who else got some running? Who else got good running backs? Who else? Oklahoma State, Thurman Thomas, Barry Sanders, Kendall Hunter. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wisconsin got Ron Dane, Monte Ball. Who's the one dude that set the single season record and then lost it like a week later? Might still be playing in the NFL. Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor. Like Wisconsin got some sneaky good running backs in college. And the Cheetah played running back at Oklahoma State too. Tyreek Hill played running back at Oklahoma State. Jax. I don't know if you remember that, but he played running back at Oklahoma State. I feel like receiver U and DBU is gonna get real heated in here with receiver U and DBU. Receiver U, man, you can go a few different routes with receiver U. Got Ohio State, LSU, Bama recently. Oklahoma State had a solid little run. Oh, you got DeMarco Murray, Adrian Peterson, Billy Simmons. That's a solid little trio right there. That's solid. That's real solid. Oklahoma State makes my mind immediately go to Brandon Whedon. What a fail he was. Hey, I got respect for Brandon Whedon, man. Man played baseball, then went back to college, played football. I definitely respect it because I did it. Quincy Carter, that's another one. I always think of Herschel Walker and Champ Bailey when I think of Georgia and Boss Bailey. That was a time Tennessee had some really good receivers back in the day. Had Willie Gault. I don't know if y'all remember the name. Peerless Price. Is it Jeff Kent or Jeff Nash? What? Oh, yeah, Tennessee back in the day had some solid receivers. I mean, Bama got Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, then the 4 first rounders with Devontae Smith, Ruggs, Judy, Waddle. I know all about Quincy Carter. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I know you know about him. We play with the Cowboys. I definitely know you know about him, Jax. Peerless Price, man, his route running was nasty. That name too, bro. Peerless Price. Peerless Price was a dog at Tennessee. LSU got receivers too, because you got Odell, Landry, Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, Thomas, Dwayne Bowe. I don't know if y'all remember that name back in the day of LSU. Craig Buster Davis from LSU. Who else they have? Early Doucette at LSU. Was Ruben Roundle? Ruben Roundle was another good receiver at LSU. Who else at LSU? But yeah, LSU's had some really good receivers. Florida used to have some really good receivers back in the day, especially when Steve Spurrier was there. They had Ike Hilliard, Riddell Anthony, Jaquez Green. Who else? They had another dude too. Played with the Patriots. Receiver, not Aaron Hernandez, but this receiver I'm talking about. Like late 90s, early 2000s. Is it Jabbar Gaffney? He was nice. Trying to think who else. I think that's all I got. I know somebody in the chat will let me know some good ones I'm missing. We got tight end. I feel like tight end you might be is a toss up between like three schools for me. Iowa, to me, Iowa's number one. Stanford's a sleeper you got to put in there. Miami used to produce a lot of good tight ends back in the day. Kellen Winslow, Shockey, Bubba Franks. Miami used to produce some really good tight ends. But I think it's definitely Iowa. I think Iowa's number one. Stanford's got a lot of really good tight ends too, though. Back to them 2005, 6 Gators, Percy Harvin, Dallas Baker, and that one dude, Andre Caldwell. Andre Caldwell, lazy. That's exactly who it is, Andre Caldwell. They called him Bubba. He was good. Yeah, they all were good. Lewis Murphy was another dude that was good for them back. I think Lewis Murphy was more like 08, 09. But yeah, Florida used to keep them some receivers. Yeah, this game's done. I think I'm about to call it. That's the one. Oh, I forgot about Bubba. Yep. I definitely remember that. Oh, buddy fumbled. No, not again. No. Man, turnover. Well, I'm about to call it tonight. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Any school that has Urban Meyer as a coach should be ashamed. Of course, Grimy comes in at the perfect, most opportune time. Oh, hey, but Grimy, you can't argue. Urban Meyer would definitely win. He won everywhere he went. I appreciate it, Lazy, Grimy, Jax. Shout out to all y'all in the chat, man. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm definitely doing a watch along for Contender Series. So make sure y'all all pull up for that. And I'll see all of y'all tomorrow. All y'all boys have a good night.